You get these wonderful ads, 30-second reels. Everything looks super fantastic. They sell you a dream. But you've got to understand the landscape. Don't buy what you want to live in. Yeah. Invest in something that's going to give you a return in your freedom. So then my accountant spoke to your people, looked at the documentation, their certificates of compliance, and that's how I've invested, is through my self-managed super. Mm-hmm.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Geonet Podcast. We've got a special one again. I know that I always say that they're special, but I always mean it, because today we've got two special people with us. My co-host, Joe Durrani from our Australian team. Good to have you in the office.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you around. Your energy is always infectious.
Mate, just being here in Bali gives you that energy.
Yeah, it does. It does. And our special guest, Stevo. Stevo, welcome to Bali first.
Thank you.
And welcome to Geonet, the podcast. Terima. You're no slouch to investing. You invested all around the world. Give us a little bit of an idea as to what your background is in investing, and let's start with a little bit about your investments.
Yeah, great. Obviously, Bali is a big choice for Australians. Dubai, mixture of commercial and residential properties. So trying to diversify the portfolio to look at having a good net cash return, or dare I say, my retirement fund that I can spend before the kids get access to it. Hopefully you're watching. So looking at different options, so from villas, apartments, and now looking at sort of what Geonet and the ELLE brand are bringing to Bali has been really, really important to me.
Yeah, very, very, very cool. So you're a bit of an entrepreneur as well also. Give us a little bit about why you're in Dubai, and what type of involvement do you have over there? What happens over there?
Great. So I'm in cybersecurity first and foremost. That's my adulting world.
Yeah.
I semi-retired in 2019.
Okay.
And I had a boxing MMA gym and a CrossFit gym. Loving life. We all know what happened in 2020.
Yeah.
So when you were stuck in Melbourne, was
that your investment? That was your chosen sort of field to go into the gym world?
Yeah.
And it was thriving then, obviously.
Yeah, it was. And I think I showed you my before and after shot, because living in the corporate world, I used to be fit, and we always have that. I used to be fit once. And then coaching my kids' football, realised that I didn't want to wake up in an emergency department. And being the stubborn person I am, I went back into it again and just fell in love with it. Yeah. So that was, to me, was great. Get up early, have a quality of life of freedom. And that's what I look at for investing as well. It's not about making $1 million, although we all want $1 million. I focus on what brings me freedom.
Nice.
And that makes your decisions far easier.
So you're more aligned on the lifestyle aspect of it not being a chore and not being an addition to your responsibilities necessarily, but being something that you can align with, and it becomes part of your, it is an identity for you, what you choose to involve yourself with.
Absolutely. Other businesses I actually do is payments platforms as a hobby investment. We help organizations or people structure overseas as well. Okay. So we work with a good team of experts, Australian, accountants, lawyers, as well as in Dubai, Mauritius, and the Philippines and Hong Kong. So we actually work with people to understand what their problem is. We don't give financial advice. Yeah. What we do is help them be connected with the right people to set up the right structures.
Yeah, right.
It's a massive background.
It is.
It's incredible. And you're a serial investor here in Bali, is that right?
Yeah, I've got a few places.
Okay. And you've been through other cycles before, and you've actually seen a lot that's been developed over the last 10, 15 years. Yeah. What have you learned? What could you teach us, or what has investing in Bali taught you?
It's a lot of work. People always...
That's important. It's a lot of work.
There is. The work that your team do here is phenomenal. But when you try to do it yourself and you have this dream, I'm going to buy a villa, going to make a lot of money, and then I'll come there and spend my holidays with. There fast comes a time where you realise that your holidays don't match up with occupancy. So now you're actually going, do I trade profitability with having fun time or freedom? So therefore, that's why as a good investor, you should start looking at what do I want to achieve. This is before you even start looking at things like management. You have to manage these properties. Now, you get an external management company, profitability goes. But do you want to be sitting there on Airbnb every time trying to welcome guests, all of those things? So it's easier to outsource, but then that takes a bit more of the profitability away. When I started the Bali trip, there was, let's say, around 1,000 villas in China.
How long back were you going?
This is going quite a few years ago. You're showing my age now. That's all right. I sort of in that 10-year cycle.
For your age.
Thank you. I pay them for that. When you're looking 10 years ago, it's changed. The landscape has changed. We're talking 5,000-6,000 villas now and growing. Just in Canggu.
Just in Canggu.
Just in Canggu. Now that is hitting. Some people say it's still a lot of growth. You look at those Insta ads. Yes, invest in Canggu, 100 meters from the beach, best ROI. Then you start looking at other areas like Uluwatu in the south, best ROI. How do you actually gauge it? Unless you come here and stay there and experience it, you just don't realize. And that was one of the big learning curves, is coming in, realizing there's actually a lot of work. Now, when you think, I'm going to go and buy a villa, someone's going to manage it for me, I'm going to become a millionaire, it doesn't happen unless you know.
I call it the accidental operator trap.
Yeah.
Because you're an investor, somebody else manages it, but everything flows up to you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether you've appointed somebody, whether you've delegated it to somebody, whether at the end of the day, if something goes wrong with the property, like an air conditioner breaks down, or in Uluwatu.
It's all trivial stuff as well, too.
It can be trivial, but it can also be totally game changing for your ROI.
Correct.
Right? And then you become the accidental operator. You might sit 3 layers deep at the top, but ultimately it's on you.
Yeah.
And we'll dive a little bit deeper into that. But do you feel like that is the biggest misunderstanding now for investors looking at Bali?
Yeah. I blame social media.
You believe
you get these, you blame social media.
Yeah.
You get these wonderful ads, 30-second reels. Everything looks super fantastic. They sell you a dream. Like, you've got to understand the landscape. And going back to what you're saying too, you can't outsource your risk as an investor.
That's it.
Right? You cannot. It is ultimately the risk sits with you.
Yeah.
Now, there's ways to minimize risk or share the risk, which we'll get into more about why I chose ELLE.
Yeah.
But those things as an investor, thinking I'm going to go and have a villa, all of those things, not realizing the actual work it takes. Yes, it's a big eye opener.
But there's also, and you're talking about all the social media, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Unless you actually understand Bali and you understand maybe even your own accommodational preferences, because you don't go and stay out in the burbs, or you don't go and stay where there's nothing, right? And 90% of these new developments are not where the tourism is.
Of course.
Right?
No.
They're not. You go and stay in Potato Head, which is obviously close to the ELLE. We'll get into that in a bit. But you were also saying, right, that you've got an accidental operator type of trap. Your risk is essentially on you. The building, therefore, or the investment comes with its own risks off plan, as well as seasonality / even does the market have the demand for the property that you're purchasing.
Correct.
A lot of people go into that completely blind. They think they know. They think they'd like something there, and they become literally just another developer's bottom line.
Yep.
Right?
Correct.
So when you say 5,000 to 6,000, I jumped in there prematurely and said, it's much more than that. But really, that's just Canggu.
Just Canggu.
Just Canggu.
Yeah.
So we're seeing so far on the Airbnb platform over 88,000 in Bali. Also includes apartments. Also includes villas. Many cookie cutter type projects, right?
Very.
So the vacancy rate.
Sorry?
And the vacancy rate?
The vacancy rate is, 45%.
Correct.
Now, again, you got in early. You have an established villa. You have established mistakes and wins.
Mm-hmm.
What were the wins like? So give me like a summary of a year where it's just like, I did the right thing.
I'm lucky. I'm not trying to be a smarty, but I've been happy like that every year. The reason being, though, is when I look at it from a freedom perspective, don't buy what you want to live in.
Yeah.
Invest in something that's going to give you a return in your freedom. That's your objective.
So it's income before property.
100%.
It's income ownership before property ownership.
100%.
Whereas a lot of the people now are more buying into the lifestyle first, then income secondary.
Correct.
Which doesn't align with what they're trying to do on the surface.
No, on paper.
They just automatically, and this is a big investment, an emotional investment rather than a sound investment for the purposes of cash flow, ROI / wealth creation, right?
Income play.
Yeah.
They then get barraged with, but I can own a 2-bedroom and nice Mediterranean style thing. And you know what? They start compromising on the structure of an income producer over just what they would like to live in or what they see themselves or their ego, right? An ROE, return on ego, or return on investment, right? So that's interesting. But you made these decisions based on clearly good sound reasoning at the point where there was only 1,000 or so in Canggu.
Correct.
I would imagine, and we haven't had this conversation yet, I would imagine though that given the fact that you've had that professionally managed, right? And you were also one of the first wave of people to get into Canggu, that you've got an established review counter on your platform.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Quite simply, you can be on, there could be a villa right next to yours and it's completely invisible.
Correct.
On the platform.
Correct.
Right.
Exactly.
Is that what you attribute it to?
Yeah, definitely.
First mover?
When you, not just as a first mover too, though, when you're looking at these investments and it's that freedom, not where I want to live.
Yes.
You start working on making sure that you get the recurring revenue stream. People come back all the time. Memories are built there.
Nice.
All of those things that actually, you have to remove yourself emotionally away from an investment. Is it going to make me money? Yes. Would I like to stay there? Fantastic. Will I get to stay there when I want? Probably, but it's going to impact your income. Yeah. All of those things. Yeah. But however, do I want a stable, higher occupancy rate that people always come back to? Yeah. And that's so important.
Yeah. Going now towards, I mean, maybe you guys can tell us about your first interaction, how it all happened. Joe, over to you.
How did you come about ELLE? Obviously, it's come across your desk. What did it take to go, you know what, I want to find out more about this?
Yeah, great question.
And I might add, sorry to cut through, did you come with a bit of skepticism about the project? We joke about it.
We will joke about it forever and a day.
Of course.
So living in Dubai, it's shiny. Yeah, there's an ELLE Resort there. There's beach clubs there. It's a lifestyle. Yeah. Very much a lifestyle. If you go to Dubai, you either love the lifestyle or you don't, and you leave within 1 or 2 years, period. So seeing the same concept into Bali was really good. Now, there's beach clubs here, right? So it's a beach club concept is not different to a Fins, to a Potato Head, to a W, all of those things, right? So you've got some nice beach clubs, don't get me wrong. The concepts, the branding connected with ELLE. So that is very much a differentiator. If we look at Fins, everyone knows Fins because it's been there for a long time. Everyone knows ELLE magazine. Why did that interest me? Is because of the demographics that go to ELLE in Dubai, the demographics that go to beach clubs in Dubai are the ones that are more high-net individuals. They're happy to spend, right? And they like to be seen, right? So when you look at the design, when you look at the concept, when you're looking at the branding.
Yeah.
It is very much like a Dubai place.
It's iconic looking, isn't it?
It's iconic. It's amazing. I can't wait till it's finished. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, especially our investors lounge and everything like that. But when you start looking at that, it's not just then the Australian population that's going to be going there.
Yeah. Good point.
Because you will get so many from Dubai. People are interested now in Bali.
Yeah.
A lot of people go to Southeast Asia, to Thailand.
Yeah.
This is going to change the gameplay. This is going to open up a demographic that allows me my freedom. It's not just about, having something.
Yeah.
And going there, the investors lounge, everything like that. But knowing that the type of clientele it attracts makes fantastic sound business sense. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Going back to a villa, you have people now with 5,000, you have to drop your rates. You have to drop your rates to be competitive because people now start searching and using the filter function, going from price low to high, and they start looking at it. So unless you're already established, people value it, they're comfortable, it's like their second home, you're going to struggle.
That essentially, that what you're touching on there is brand. Because if there's a lot of brand recognition, even if it's in a villa, right? You can have brand in a villa if you've got reviews, memories, previous bookings, and add-on facilities or add-on services. Could be concierge, could be drivers, could be scooters, could be a lot of different things. Breakfast, the whole things, right?
Yeah.
As an investor, of course, we understand the investor's journey. The highest importance for us is maximizing profit.
Correct.
When you're in a hybrid of a hotel, beach club, restaurants, bars, kids club, multiple pools, wellness spas, stem cells, the whole lot, right? Everything then becomes a profit center.
Yep. Correct.
Explain to me how that hit for you.
The beauty of that is I consider myself a shareholder.
Yes.
As simple as that.
But you are.
I am a shareholder. I get a dividend.
Yes.
Out of the whole revenue stream.
The whole revenue stream.
It's not just a room rate. Oh my God, is my room that I may invest it in because technically around the ease of explanation, compliance, all of those things, when we go back to an Australian context, it's sort of that, portion of based on the investment amount.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's actually my investment will give me this return.
Yeah.
Whether it's 65K starting, whether it's $1 million, I get a certain percentage.
That's right.
Which is great. I don't have to worry about my room isn't selling as much because I invested in a smaller room because I only wanted to invest 65.
Yeah.
To somebody that's invested $1 million that's got a suite.
Yes.
It does not matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm not competing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. With any other person in the investment pool.
And nobody's at disadvantage.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Which is all proportional to your investment amount.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which makes life so much easier, which goes back to that trust thing as well. So having the brand of ELLE, very trustworthy. Geonet brand, Geonet's not very well known, but the story behind it builds a lot of trust and credibility. You're not been around, 100 years, but you know the marketplace.
Yeah.
So also Colliers, everyone involved in this project brings a level of trust.
Yeah.
Now, when I first engaged with Joe,
let's go back to that.
we had a great time.
Well, I don't know how you can get anything warm, fuzzy feeling with you because you guys feel it with a smile.
Look at my smile. You call it the $1 million smile. Now I'll take it with what's the compliment? I'll accept the compliment.
Good.
But it was a very unique conversation piece.
Yeah.
It wasn't trying to get understanding. It was like instant.
Yeah.
Instant connection.
Very.
Instant conversation.
Very.
Yeah, and you can share the rest.
So being in cybersecurity, I was making sure that I wasn't talking to an AI. And I used to make little jokes around maybe he's sitting somewhere in another country. No. I won't name the country, right? So
Mind you, you tested me like 1,000 times.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I still will. That's the beauty of it, right?
I'm right here in the flesh. Touch it. Feel it. I'm real.
The beauty of is that's the relationship that you build with your investors.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing because we've spoken about the freedom and opportunity to go into one villa rather than actually working with an organisation like Geonet. So then when Joe rings me up and goes, hey, we've got another project coming up, what do you think?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Trust is there, returns are there, everything's managed.
Yeah.
One of the things that we probably didn't speak about, but we did touch on around the villas is your maintenance and everything, right? Yeah. Because when you buy a villa, you've been sold a dream, 20%, which everyone I look at, if you see an ad that says 20%, you know they're bullshitting you, excuse my language. It's very hard. Because you've got management fees, you've got taxes, you have maintenance. Now, being in a tropical zone, maintenance is higher. You need to account for that. So when you start looking at freedom, and let's say you're doing a healthy 12%, let's just use that as a good example.
Yeah.
If you're not putting away 5% minimum, minimum
For maintenance,
because it's going to happen, you're in a problem.
Yeah.
You're going to then get hit with a bill and going, how am I going to pay for it?
Yeah.
So you need to maintain sort of that level of smartness, whereas this is all taken care of. So when we talk returns, there's already budget allocation as part of an operating group that actually includes the maintenance section.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get a call from Joe saying, oh, by the way, we're doing some routine maintenance, cough up. That makes so much easier.
Yeah. We wanted it to be set and forget, but at the same time, understand that the operators that are on board have everything already under control in 27 other locations.
Correct.
Right? Very, very much a broad scale company in cross hotels. And then on a larger scope, even Sono Hospitality.
Correct.
And as a feeder, you've got not only Flight Centre, but you've got Booking.com, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And a massive, engine of people and software and, how do you say, dynamic pricing modules that allow us to always price it at the right premium.
Correct.
Always price it so that we never lose profitability.
Correct. Yeah.
Profitability and occupancy is a very, very different thing.
Very,
very different.
Very different.
Right.
Lastminute.com. Think about that.
Yeah.
People go to Last Minute because they want to increase occupancy. Prices go down.
Yep.
Simple as that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, I want to segue from here because you don't compromise on 5-star accommodation.
No.
You shouldn't. Right. But you've got your go-to place here. Where's that?
Potato Head.
Potato Head. Why's that?
It's like home. Yeah.
Love it.
I know the staff. They know me.
Yeah.
When I come there, it's welcome home.
Nice.
Yeah. And again, that's part of the branding.
Good.
It's also part of the Balinese culture. Yeah. So when you start really looking at the heart of Bali and the beauty that it brings, it's not just an investment as in a return, a monetary. You actually get a good investment in terms of the nice feel.
That's right.
You know, dare I say, some come here for the spiritual aspect.
Yeah, of course.
You know, some.
But I think that is part of the hospitality is the spiritual, because it comes through the spiritual. The Balinese are, I've been here 11 years. I'm touched personally when I look into their smiles.
Yes. Yeah.
You feel like
you should see the guys behind here and how good they are.
Yeah. It is genuine. It does give you that sense of home feel and welcome. Yeah. Absolutely.
But you could get that possibly in another location, but you like that location.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, which is ironically only 2 doors down for where we're going to be.
Right.
Which is really good.
And we bring that up for a specific reason, obviously, because Potato Head is one of the many case studies that we could draw upon. But of the 3 most effective case studies for us is obviously we're in the same line. We're within 500 meters of Potato Head, probably within about 500 meters. Yeah. You've got W just between us, and then you've got ELLE on the other side. Each on their own have a very different brand. But are very, very, they're all luxury brands, and they're all right banging next to each other. Now, from that perspective, you guys went and did a site visit. Tell us how that went.
Brought back memories to the old site, right? For me, as an investor, seeing the raw product is always exciting.
Right.
Some people may struggle to see the vision. So mapping what you see in a picture to then looking at the land. We actually spent quite a bit of time on the rooftop, if you remember.
Absolutely.
Going, wouldn't it be great? Let's look at acquiring this land and all of these sort of things in the surrounding areas. But just the design itself in the way that with the land that was available brings a flow and an energy of what it's going to be. So there was no right or wrong because we all want beach access, everybody. However, building it in that way based on the land acquisition in the hope that we could grow more, because let's face it, if we get the opportunity as an investor, I'll be voting yes. Right. But yeah, the old site, being on the rooftop, but also the work that's being done there right now, which we spoke about on a couple of reels. And that is that it's not being, there's no demolition.
Yeah.
It's being deconstructed.
Yes.
To reuse.
Yeah.
So it's not just about a commercial thing that this brand and why I'm investing in. There's a lot of societal impact.
Yes.
And positive impact that we together as partners, investors, suppliers are giving back to the community.
Yeah. So I'll interject there. What Stevo's talking about is our involvement with Stella's Child. If you haven't already looked up Stella's Child, please make sure you do, because it's our Tim comes in here all the time and we hear about all of the progress that they're making, and he's just an incredible person. Stella's Child impacts a lot of orphans and a lot of youth that are looking to upskill and to enter into corporate life, design life, IT life, and investors' life, right? So we have a very, very strong affiliation with them, and we've been lucky enough to actually have on this project another ability to, like you say, deconstruct, but also with in mind the growth of Stella's Child, the materials that we're able to donate, make a difference. They make an impact.
Well, they're building a school and a dormitory for these kids.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
You can just imagine coming from poverty-stricken life and upbringing to be able to become a very successful member of society.
Yeah.
And that's exciting that we're going to be part of that journey in some way, shape or form, be it little or big, depending on your interpretation, right?
Yeah. It's also good for the environment.
Definitely.
We're a wasteful society.
That's right, yeah. We're just gone to a landfill, right?
Yeah, gone landfill, finished.
Yeah.
Whereas this is actually going to such a good use with such a positive impact that it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, yeah. So if you haven't already, stellaschild.com, go and find them. I want to maybe segue into, you didn't choose cash. There was a different way of investing for you. It's very important that we understand this, because a lot of our investors are trying to find out how do they invest for the future. What can they use? What can they possibly get their hands on to actually make an impact on their later life? You went down the SMSF route.
Correct.
How did that come about? And what's just give us an idea of what your concerns were, what's been your pathway with that?
Goes back to that trust thing too. I'm putting you through the ringer a couple of times. First and foremost, I'm a believer that you are in control of your own destiny. Now, leaving financial decisions to somebody that is interested in their profitability, i.e. a retail super fund, is not in your best interest. You can sit there and watch it grow, or I can be in charge and invest in things like ELLE.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, set up an SMSF because I've got a diverse portfolio, precious metals, all of those. So I can choose what I want to put my money in. I still own the risk. In a retail fund, you still own the risk.
Yes.
We have seen this happen before in financial
Something
crisis.
doesn't get calculated.
Hello.
You might have your eggs all in this one basket and you say then you're going to do a job.
That's not there.
Still got the risk.
Correct.
Still on you.
Read the disclaimer, people.
Yeah.
Read the disclaimer.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So it's quite interesting. So initially we spoke about it and it was, yes, we're compliant under Australian laws, legislation, Australian company, all of those things. So we did our due diligence. And again, we're not giving financial advice. I'm not certainly giving you financial advice. I'm talking about my journey. So then my accountant spoke to your people, looked at the documentation, their certificates of compliance, and that's how I've invested, is through my self-managed super. Mm-hmm. Much easier, in control. I'm not using my own cash.
Yep.
Although you can if you want. It all depends on your own situation. Mm-hmm. But this is about building that nest egg for retirement.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's something for me to build a good cash flow. Sorry, kids, I will spend it on you. But, you know, being able to do that in a compliant way was really important because legislation changes so much.
Yeah. Yep.
ATO regulations year on year change. So again, as a self-managed super, just like if you buy a villa here, keeping up with legislation, need a new license when you're renting villas here, by the way. So people don't understand that.
That's coming in now, right?
It's coming in hard and fast through recent events, especially if you're day trading your villa. Mm-hmm. All of those things, because we won't talk about a recent event that occurred, but that hit front page news. Not very much in the culture of Balinese people and spiritualities, first and foremost, morally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. However, same as the superannuation fund, you know, you talk to your accountant, but being able to have a clear-cut, certified, investable organisation like Geonet, like the ELLE Resort, was easy for a super fund to do.
What did that ultimately give you? Because there's a lot of compliance involved, right, with self-managed super fund to be compliant.
Oh yeah.
To be, you know, investable. What did that ultimately give you? I understand you've signed, sealed, delivered, and you're part of the Geonet family and the ELLE Resort and Beach Club as a shareholder. But what did that ultimately give you to go? Okay,
time and ease as well. So again, I've got different investments, precious metals.
Yeah.
So then I need to store it, calculate it, report.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep the receipts, do all of those things. Again, this is an organisation that's compliant, so therefore working with my accountant, things become easier. So it's cheaper to run as an SMSF. It's faster, it's easier. It's just the returns, everything else has already been done because you guys have done a lot of legwork to get it compliant.
Yeah.
So it's not just as simple as starting a business and going, oh, we're going to be SMS compliant. Yeah. Off we go, get a certificate from the ATO. It does not happen.
Yeah.
So there's so much involved that it builds credibility when you are dealing with, let's say, the ATO, right? And therefore it makes my life easier, makes my accountant's life easier and cheaper for me because he has to do less work.
Yeah.
Stevo, you started as a fractional shareholding sort of model. What signals would you be looking at for deeper involvement in the ELLE project? What would you consider or look at?
Trust and credibility, which you guys have really, really proved that. Even coming here to the office, right?
Yeah.
Everything was all online. We had video calls.
Yeah. Different time zones.
Different time zones. You know, I'm in Dubai. You guys are in Bali, Sydney, trying to lock in.
That's right.
All of those things. Coming here and actually even just looking at the quality of the office build and you guys should actually do a bit of a video through here from the front facade all the way through. To me, it's an awesome place.
Thanks.
So it builds that credibility. If you actually know what you're doing, you build with quality to start with.
Yeah.
We've got colliers upstairs, right?
Yeah.
Running on the project. They work on quality, right? So all the right people in place. It's easier now to talk about wholesale investing. It's easier now to go, right, what is Geonet also doing? It's not just ELLE.
Yep.
Where else can I stick my nose in to see what's exciting, what's upcoming, and what the organisational strategy is, which is really good, because coming here, spending time with senior leadership, being able to meet everybody on the investors' night, looking at the building quality, realising he's not an AI bot. Right? You know,
that was the biggest tick, right?
That was right.
Meant to happen.
We thought that $1 million smile was just too good.
AI is the finest.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we want to clone.
I'm blushing now.
But having said that, it makes it easier. You know, people buy people.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Even if you're going to invest, look at the people you're investing in.
Yeah.
There's a promissory. There's all this excitement and hype. The marketing team are doing a great, fantastic job. Yeah. Guys here in the studio do an amazing job. Everybody, that piece of the puzzle fits in. Yeah. But then when you start looking at the overall quality of each of those departments, what they do, how they're delivering upon your experience, it's easier. It's so much easier for me to get a call from you. Hey, this is a project coming up. What do you think?
Yeah.
So I don't have to sit there and look at Instagram ads. Yeah. I can actually mute them all and just go, no, I've got my trusted source, the organisation that I trust in, that I'm willing to invest in more.
Isn't that the best thing ever?
That's so cool.
Just to hear that and you've got that level of trust in the relationship and credibility to go, hey, we're moving now to somewhere else around Southeast Asia. This is where it's at.
Yeah, correct.
Have a look.
Yeah,
correct.
You know, and then you get opportunities well and truly before the market gets it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the oath, right? That's the oath. You're in now as you're the first cab off the rank when it comes to our next projects.
Yeah.
The first people that get an incredible bite at it are our angel investors. Coming from our current investor database.
Yeah. Correct. So, like you said, we're family.
Yeah. 100%.
You know, we're family. I mean, we'll go and have breakfast, chatting, having a good laugh, talk about our kids, everything like that. So it's just more than just a transaction here.
It's more than just an AI bot. It's
right.
Real conversation.
Correct. But also, too, I want to add that the trust also comes from market drivers. Now, let's look at Cross Hotels, for instance. Cross Hotels is a big brand. They've been doing this sort of management. It was owned by Flight Centre. All of those things that now I'm trying to remember all of these things, right? This is not a paid advert, by the way. So I just really I voluntarily came in here and said I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so one of the things though that Cross Hotels recently been bought out by Sono, which is huge. People don't understand. So the credibility of the brands collectively shows what the market's doing. So,
good point.
You know, Geonet as the project leads and the glue between all of these, it just shows that you have great brands working with you and partnering with you, and even bigger brands seeing this and going, I want a piece of this action and buying them out.
Yeah.
So when you start looking at those things, that you look at big tech companies that get acquired, all of those, that means they're doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if we were to overarch everything that we've just spoken about, again, you're a perfect case study of a client who respects structure, who respects brand, who respects credible partners, who respects and make sure that due diligence is done. But you've also come from a position of, if I mess this up, it could go south, because you've seen plenty of that.
Correct.
Right. You've been involved in Bali in the villa market. You've seen how that can be an ebb and flow and how volatile that market has become and is going.
Even more.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so that then also gives you a healthy respect on all of the regulations that we're fulfilling and working within. And the fact that we've got this hybrid resort model with operational profit across all centres of the precinct. So as much as that's a pretty good little segment from us, I hope we can do this again
Yeah, 100%.
And do it plenty more, with people just like you, because we have still obviously investment open in ELLE. And if you do miss out on this one, you still need to call us. You still need to come in. You still need to get to know us, because we do want to make sure that if it's right for you and when it's right for you and under what circumstances it's right for you, there will be other hotels, but this one, the ELLE, okay, give me a couple of sentences that wrap this up for you as far as what the ELLE provides and how you're sitting with it.
All right. Being a Dubai resident, we always talk about it. It's all glitz and glamour.
Yeah.
There's nothing more, how would I say, really nice to actually go, oh, yes, I invest in the ELLE Beach Club in Bali.
There you go. There you go. That's it, right? It's quite prestigious.
It is. Absolutely.
Becoming like branded residences, branded hotels, branded investments are now, in the circles that you move around in, collectible.
Yeah.
Collectible assets, but also high ROI, high prestige, high value, and obviously quite lucrative cash flow wise, which is what we've set this entire thing up for. Do you have any closing comments, mate?
Mate, I just want to thank you for making the time to come out and to meet up with the whole team, come to the investor night, go into the site. I just saw it in your face that you were like genuinely excited about the project. And also the trust has just gone from the next, from here to there. So I want to thank you for coming along. But maybe leave it for Steve. Is there anything that he would recommend this to, in the sense of if people out there are considering an investment overseas, what to look out for, what to consider, and who this is actually for?
Watch out for AI bots. No, look up. First, thank you guys. And the journey started with you. Journey started with good marketing, right? We all know that happens everywhere. Sure. The journey started with you. The trust that you had built straight away and the relationship that we started building was paramount to me moving forward.
Lovely.
100%. So thank you, because you're a great operator. You actually were succinct. You're responsive. You actually made me feel comfortable. Now, we are people. So it starts with the people, right? And then with you, I would be laughing on the video call. We're trying to do business and we're actually connected really well. People by people, as I said before, especially when it comes to your money, your hard-earned money.
Yeah.
You need to be able to trust the person also and the people behind them. So, that's really, really was a big, big thing. But if you're looking at investing internationally, yes, you could do it yourself. Yes, it can be, lucrative. Don't get me wrong. But just remember, it's not as easy as you think. Yeah. Look and do your homework. Look at local regulations. Do I need visa? Do I need business setup? What do I need? And this is what we do as part of one of my companies. We help people organize themselves to do that.
Yeah.
However, you need to ensure that it's not as easy as that Instagram ad tells you in the first instance.
Right.
You've got to think of just like a movie. When you go and when you see a short of a movie, because they want you to come and watch it, you know that 3 minutes is probably about the best of the 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
So.
Yeah, you made a good.
Right, okay. That's the best of what you've got. Now, what's the worst?
Yeah.
Always go in there with that mindset.
Yeah.
What is my risk? Am I willing to take the risk? Because risk appetite is so important. So that's international. As for Australians, Geonet's an Australian company. So there's already credibility. It makes it easier. All of those things from a compliance, if you're doing SMSF or just a throat to choke. So everything like that.
Yeah.
It's not just somebody that's sitting on the end of a screen somewhere in Bali that then you're hoping that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So always do your homework. Look at what am I trying to achieve? Do I want freedom or do I want somewhere to live? Because you can't have both. You can't. A lot of the places now, they go, is it for investment or for holidays or a bit of both? It's like, you can't have both. You can, but that's lessening your investment.
I always say, sorry to interject, we'll get back, but you actually can have both. You invest here and you go and stay somewhere else.
Yeah.
Invest where it's structurally right, where the investment is secure, where the operators are right, where the business model is right, and the operations have case studies, etc., and it's multiplied and multiplied and multiplied. No problem. Earn your money there. You can't live there. Why would you? It's earning your money.
Correct.
But you can afford now to go down the road to Potato Head if you wanted to, or stay in a villa if that's your preferred choice. So you could have both, but you can't if that's your decision. It's income over property.
Correct.
Buy an income. That's really...
Yeah, look, my villas. Do I go and stay there and do I lose profitability?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, especially when you have been established or you're trying to establish.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess with occupancy rate,
right,
especially in the first instance, because you're trying to build that base of return customers. So you then have a calendar and you're like, I'm going to have a holiday here. And then you might book it in and be well prepared to make a decision a week before or a couple of days before.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not staying there. We're going to find a hotel because it's being leased out.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
You make that decision. Is it freedom?
Yeah.
Or is it, that lifestyle of I want somewhere to live?
Perfect.
Therefore, your cost model, your risk model is different. Mm-hmm. That's why I stay at Potato Head.
Yeah.
I will be staying at ELLE.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on. I mean, it's ELLE.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
It'll be like a piece of Dubai in Bali.
Yeah.
So, that'll be, let's just say it'll be a big push and pull. Oh my God, I'm going to be stuck in the...
But you'll still be able to come and be at the beach club and take advantage of all of that type of thing. But
no, I'll use my allocated stays. I'll stay a bit longer. I'll bring people there because I'm a shareholder.
Yeah.
If I can bring people there, that helps me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a business.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a business. It's a business. So with that, again, you've had the thanks from Joe, but from everybody at Geonet, we've had a great time with you. And looking forward to seeing you again, mate.
Excellent.
This has been wonderful. Let's do it again sometime.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, welcome. Yes.
So for all of you that have joined us, for this, I hope that was really informative. Our investors are incredibly important to our journey as well, but their journey is what we do this for. So like and subscribe down below and make sure that you just give us a call. Give us some of your details and let us know when it's best to call you back. We can be available not only here in Bali, but also in Australia as well. And we do events in your home city every month, I think, right? Every month already.
Absolutely, every month.
So come along to one of our events, meet the team and tune in for next time. Thanks again.
Thank you.